supposed to, you know what I mean? This is like your parents is like gonna be like there always, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just sad. But you know, like I say, it's a work in progress. Like I say, I went no contact with her. It's been quite a few years now. And I don't call her or anything. She doesn't have my phone number. And we don't write or anything. So, and it's been actually, it's been better for me. I think it has really helped to not have that. Because, like I say, she was causing so much devastation in my life. And the more I tried to let her know that, you know, it's me, it's your daughter, you know what I mean? Like, I love you. Like, I wouldn't do anything, like, to hurt you. I felt like it was the worst she got, you know? It was like no way of per se consoling her, you know, with whatever was going on with her. And like I say, at the time, I had no idea, you know, as a child, I didn't know what narcissism was. I didn't even, you know, and like I say, people didn't talk about that kind of stuff. You know, they just would call, they would just say she was different, you know. Oh, yeah, you know, whenever I would hear anyone refer to her, they'd be like, oh, yeah, your mother, she's just different. And I'm just like, okay, well, different. What does that mean? You know, it was apples and oranges are different, you know. You got a sago plant and then you have a palm tree. They're both trees, but they're different. And I'm thinking like, okay, well, we're all human, or this is like your sister. You know, what does that mean? You know, she's different. So, you know, and I guess it was just their way of explaining it, you know, back then, I guess. They didn't really have a word. Maybe they didn't know it was called narcissism either. They just know that she would flip in and out of reality, you know, or maybe sometimes she would be, you know, not in the reality realm for long periods of time. But yeah, that's how they would basically describe it to me, which, you know, helped me to understand nothing. But like I say, it has been real peaceful since I went no contact with her. And this was even before I even knew anything about no contact. So it's like, I guess I feel like there was something inside, you know, that was leading me to do certain things that I had no idea of why I was doing them. You know, it was like I was on this automation or something to, you know, maybe it's self-preservation, maybe, you know, it is God or Jesus or Allah or Buddha or Confucius, or, you know, maybe it's just my own inner self, you know, my higher self mentally told me. But yeah, it's been peaceful, and I suggest to anyone that is going through this horrible thing. I mean, it's despicable, you know, that for anybody, you know, like I say, there's even more worse things. You know, I'm just kind of skimming over the top to make the video, so the video's not that long. Yeah, and because of which I find out, you know, now as an adult, that a lot of the things that were emotionally, that was being done to me emotionally, it was abusive. And, you know, I had no idea that I had been carrying these things all this time, you know, subconsciously. All these negative things that she's ever said, or, you know, that she's ever did to me or whatever, you know, who knew that I was carrying these things into my relationships? Who knew that I was carrying these things and passing these to my children? You know, it's just really sad to find out, you know, that basically I was asleep, you know. Some people could describe it as driving, you know, you're driving down the road and, you know, you just kind of like blank out, you know, and you were somewhere, but you don't know where, and then all of a sudden you arrive at your destination, you have no idea how you got there. Yeah, I was on automation, you know, I wasn't able to observe, you know, the pain at the moment, because it was like, you know, one jab, one stab, one jab, a left, you know, left hook, a right hook, a uppercut from her, you know, like all the time, you know, verbally, emotionally, you know, and there was times it got physical.